When you pull out a pile of stuff and it looks something like this, most of us feel like, oh, wow, we're overwhelmed instantly, absolutely instantly. And then you add maybe a basket of really little pretties, things that's been sent to you that you want to use, and show them respect and dignity. So you want to put it together in some way that really justifies their generosity. And so you think, oh, what am I going to do? Is this ever going to come together? I know everybody on the internet can do it. Basically, they can upcycle this stuff, and uh, even you go on Pinterest and there's a million ideas in there. And then you ask AI and to give you some mock-ups or ideas, and they throw a few at you, and you think, okay, I've got artificial intelligence, I've got Pinterest photos, I've got the experience of all these people on YouTube. I should be able to do this. But it is a process when you're learning, and that's what I'm doing. I'll be 80 years old this year, and I've been doing a lot of sewing, slow stitching, fiber art in my life. But I really haven't done any upcycling as much. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be doing this year, focusing on, is upcycling of all kinds. And for me, I love making accessories. And so that's kind of where I'm going to focus. Let me get some of this out of the way here so we can look at something. So I made a purse, a shoulder bag, and I love it. Let me show you the back of it. Now this is a flap. It goes over and has a Velcro closure on the other side. And it has little stringies, some of which can go. But this was a piece of drapery fabric thrifted in a thrift shop. And, when there's a bunch of black and then a border, a statement border on something, you already know I can incorporate that, and that part's already done. I can use that somewhere, and that'll be sufficient on its own. And that's how I decided to use it on this purse. Now, I haven't pressed this out yet, so we still have some wrinkles in where the gusset is here. I haven't pressed it out. But I just wanted to show you that even when it's overwhelming, if you just start somewhere, you got it made. Now, a lot of times I make my own straps for different stuff, but this time I just went on Amazon and I bought this strapping for purses or whatever. You're going to use it on backpacks, different things like that, because it went so well, I thought, with the front of this. But you can already see how colorful my bag is, or it gives you an indication on the back side here with this. So let's see what I did with all that conglomeration of stuff. Okay. Now, I love collage. I love fabric collage. And this has about 1.5 inch gusset, so it's, it gets you some fullness in there. And I was gifted some of those pretty things that I showed you in the basket through a fabric flip swap that I'm doing. And I received some really nice things that I wanted to do them justice. And I wanted to use some of my older vintage things at the same time. You can see that the black fabric is peeking through up here, gives a nice background for this collage. I let some of the pattern stay at the bottom. That really gives continuity. Also, there's no need to cover the entire thing. If you make something, the statement is good and you like it, you don't have to keep going until everything is covered. I made the flap to be a Velcro closure. All right, that's simply sewed on there. But in fact, this makes a little secret pocket right in there. I didn't close that up. So if you needed to carry this in a big crowd, and let's say your credit card, driver's license, or whatever, and you want to just slip them down in there, somebody trying to get something out of your purse, if they did get your wallet, wouldn't get those important things. Okay, so anyway, I made this flap out of scraps. You can see it's just scraps sewn on. Okay, then I put a, this is a paper backed, this piece back here has got a, is glued to paper, and that makes it like heavy cardstock, so that makes it really stable, stiff. And then I put the decorations on that, so that, because it gets a lot of wear, that will hold up. As long as you have this purse, that's going to hold up, because that is very stable. Okay, so I collaged elements, as you can see. I did some machine sewing and quite a bit of hand sewing. So there's a conglomeration of both on there. I left this free flowing. I left the little edges of this free flowing. Everything else is secured down. I love it. It turned out just beautiful for me. I love it. I used just a plain piece of a remnant of a piece of quilting fabric for the binding up here, and I just chose it because of the color. It just played in very well. So you can take a little bit of nothing, start playing with it, start auditioning things down, start just laying a collage out. Now, I worked all this collage before I ever sewed up the sides of this purse, so it was a nice big flat rectangle piece that I folded up and sewed the inseam, and I also lined it with that bright pink. Okay. So I love it. I love it. And I just wanted to show you that, yes, you can. You can. In the beginning, I'm just like you. In the beginning, when I looked at just a pile of stuff and a blank canvas, you might say, just this rectangle laid out, I always doubt myself in the beginning. Always, always, always. And I think that's just human nature to do that. It's, you know, I know from past experience, if I work at something long enough, if I work at it hard enough, I'm going to come up with something pretty good. But in the beginning, I never feel that way. I always feel inadequate. But that's good. That, you know, overconfidence will mess you up too. So, okay, I just wanted to show you this and let you see that upcycling, I'm going to love it. And I'm going to be doing these along. And I don't think I have to show every step, because if you take a rectangle of material and you collage, you fold it up and find your half, and you work a collage on that half, and then you sew it together, you basically got your purse. Okay, now of course, before you sew it together, you put that additional lining material in there, and anything in it you between, like stabilizer or batting or anything else, if you want the purse to be more quilted or stiff or anything like that. I didn't. I just wanted it to be, you know, a fabric. And wouldn't this be a beautiful festival purse or a party purse or something like that? We'll be going in my Etsy shop. And but I just want to give you some confidence to try it, play with it, build it. People say, well, I can't make it look like yours. Well, I can't make it look like that either. In the beginning, I didn't have this pattern in my head. I didn't know where I was going. I just started putting things down and auditioning them. And I would put a little bit down, like it, sew it down, then add a few more elements, like it, sew it down. Some things I tossed out, some things I replaced. It was a process. And that's all you have to do is trust the process, that you can do the same thing with your pieces. And you'll come out and you work it till it comes out to something you like. Not me or somebody else, but you like. And that's the key to success. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. And although I'm not doing as many videos as I used to, I did tell you that I would keep doing some. And, probably about 3 a month is going to be good for me, maybe 4. But I'm very busy over in my Cozy Makers Club, where I am doing a whole lot of things over there. And I did make the transition from here to there as my primary spot, because I can interact with people. I can interact with my members. I can interact, and we can work together on projects, and you can upload, and you, anyway, it's just a community that's much more conducive to really having friends in your workshop with you. And I love that. So till next time, take care and stay scrap happy.